Earlier this week, we ran a story about the rights and wrongs of using social media, and that was in relation to a judge in the UK who had overturned a decision around a tweet and airport security. Well, the positive power of social media was demonstrated last night, to me anyway, with a mini phenomenon called Irish Biz Party. The idea is that if you're in business, you go on the Twitter machine every Wednesday night between 9 and 11, and you will connect with lots of like-minded people doing all they can to stay in business in these difficult times and give each other advice and support and maybe even become each other's customers. And the woman behind the idea joins me now on the line, Samantha Kelly. Good morning, Samantha.
Yeah, hi.
Hello, Samantha. How are you?
Good morning, Orla.
Good, yes indeed.
Hi, can you hear me?
You can indeed, and you're on the air now, Samantha. And
Great.
You are the founder of Irish Biz Party. Tell me, how did the idea come about?
Well, I'm the owner of a company called Funky Goddess, right? We do gift boxes for girls' first period. And, I was I'm only a startup. I'm only going in since October. And I was finding it a bit frustrating. There was so much negativity around. And, I was meeting other people when I was out networking that had small businesses too, that were getting frustrated with the whole system and just needed a bit of help. And I just felt, maybe we just have to start helping each other. So one night on Twitter, I do like Twitter now, I have to say, I decided, I'm going to start a little Irish Biz Party and just see what happens. And it trended that night. I just said, okay, anyone who has a business, do you want to tweet me what you do and I'll retweet you, because I've got 5,000 followers, so I just was trying to give it a little help. But as it happened, everyone joined in and started retweeting me, and other people were following each other, and it just turned into great fun. And it was just something simple that I just said, maybe we'll do this every week. So we did it every week, and it's just gone from there, really.
Well, I actually went online myself last night, Samantha, and joined in, and I was absolutely astonished by how busy it was. I could not keep up with the tweets. There were so many businesses telling each other about what they're doing, how they're getting on, how they're trying to survive the recession. It just seemed to me to be a marvellous experience altogether.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's so positive, and everybody has gained new followers, new business as well. It's not just, it is fun. Now, we do mess a little bit, have a bit of crack, and, we'd be, there would be a bit of banter going on, but it's also, we'd say, hang on a second, I have a sister now, and her wedding's coming up. I must actually tell her about you, or whatever, and we're all kind of doing business at the same time.
Have you any way of measuring, Samantha, how much actual business is done, as you say, as opposed to the support and the advice, which is all very useful and needed as well, but how much actual business is done? Have you any way of actually quantifying that?
Well, I actually will be asking very soon people to let me know. I've actually gone on LinkedIn now. We're on LinkedIn as well. So that's it's only going 5 weeks actually. So it's only in the early days. So that is the plan. I'm going to find out exactly who has done business. Now, I know a few people have told me, and a few people have actually rung me. Kieran Reid, Safety, he's up in Louth actually. He rang and said he couldn't believe how busy he's got since, So it depends how you use Twitter as well. You have to kind of keep interacting and keep coming on every week, to kind of people get to know you then, But yes, I know there are a good few people that have rung me privately and said, oh my God, this is absolutely amazing, and you have to tell everyone about this, and it's just positive, which is brilliant,
Well, indeed it is. And earlier this morning we were talking to Mark Fielding, the CEO of ISME, and he's very critical of government in terms of the moves to perhaps impose greater tariffs on small business with the sick pay and these kind of things. And he was saying it's actually undermining or taking away the confidence in small business, and then, as you say, you counter with something like this, which is quite positive. And do you feel that this is growing and that more and more people are benefiting from the service you're offering?
Absolutely. There's been a few girls that would be a bit shy, for example, that have rung me, and I said, look, this is what you do. I've given them a few tips, and they're actually amazed that they're actually getting into Twitter now, and it's actually helping them. And we're having a real life party as well, by the way, Orla,
Very good.
in Kinsale on the 15th of August, in the Oyster Haven Centre. I just decided, we'll have a real one now and have a little break from it all, and maybe meet a few people, put faces to it's to meet the humans behind business. Because don't forget, Orla, everyone that has started a business, for example, like me, I got an idea. I'm just a mum that had an idea, really, to be honest, and I just went from there, and like anyone can do it. So it's all about inspiring others too. And when you meet the people behind the business, like they're all human beings, they all have children, they all have bills, all this kind of stuff. It's just they're making a go of it.
All right, that's Samantha Kelly, the founder of Irish Business Party. Thanks for joining us. And we're joined now in studio by Ruth O'Reilly, from the businesswoman from the North East region who has joined Irish Biz Party and found it is supporting her own business. Ruth, good morning, you're welcome, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Orla, how are you?
Ruth, Samantha was describing there how many people who are perhaps new to business, and she says herself she's just a mom, and she had her idea quite recently and has got going with her business, and that this is a great way of encouraging people to get started and feel a little bit confident about somebody who may be running a business who never thought they might actually end up running a business. Tell me about your own story.
Definitely. I'm exactly the same as Samantha, a mum who had an idea. My business is pinatas.com. I handcraft all of the pinatas myself, and I'm based here in Drogheda, which is a great place to be based. I started on Irish Biz Party on the second night. I didn't attend the first night because I hadn't heard of it, and I can tell you straight away that it was just amazing how it has hit my business. I started a year ago on Twitter with 189 followers on the day I started on Biz Party, and I now have almost 600, which is fantastic. But not only that, not only am I increasing my followers, but I'm also getting orders in. I got a lovely order from Adair Manor of all places. Isn't that a lovely endorsement?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And what is your business again? Describe it to us.
The pinatas. I hand make and custom make any pinata that anybody wants.
So this is for kids' parties or for functions or
children's parties, everything really, to be honest with you. I get just as much orders for adults' parties as I do for children's parties.
And what was your own background before you set up this business a year ago?
I guess my own background really was I went to art college, and then I diverged into customer sales and things like that, and had never really found my creativity doing customer sales and things like that. So I decided then when I had my little boy that I was going to try and do this, so I could stay at home with him and work from home, and it's been a huge success, thankfully.
Indeed, and I think there are a lot of people like that, as you say, who find themselves through family circumstances or indeed through unemployment, who are on welfare support of some kind, who feel that they really want to actually move away from that and move into a business, and they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, and this is what they're getting for Irish Biz Party. It is fantastic. It's positivity. It is just absolutely positive. Everyone's out there holding each other's hands, helping each other, supporting each other, giving each other ideas, and it is great, and it's great fun as well, as long with that.
Well, I was very surprised, as I said, when I went on last night, just how active it was. I mean, it really was busy. Extraordinarily busy. And there were a lot of people kind of cross-referencing each other and recommending each other and saying, well, why don't you talk to that person and why don't you? So it was a real networking event as well, wasn't it?
I find you need more than one machine. I need the laptop and the iPhone to keep up. It's great fun.
Indeed. Well, wonderful to hear that story of positivity. And Ruth O'Reilly, thank you indeed for joining us today on LMFM. Just a little notice here that might be of interest to you. Network Ireland, which is a women in business organisation, as you know, and they are launching their annual Meath Louth Businesswomen of the Year Awards, and the closing date for that is the 15th of August, and they have a self-employed category, an employee category and a new business category. So any woman in business in the North East region who might like to enter that competition, you can go online on networklouth.com. It's free to enter, and the closing date is the 15th of August, so you might enter it yourself, Ruth.
I might. I was lucky enough to be one of the finalists for the Drogheda Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, so I was very lucky to be
you already
nominated
have
for
had some
that.
success. All right, well, thanks indeed for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Orla.
Michael Reid on LMFM is heard live from 9 a.m. weekdays, and this is a repeat broadcast of the programme. But you can make comment right now on our 24-hour comment line. Call us now or anytime on 1850 365 958. That's 1850 365 958. And the lines